than we're currently funding. Therefore, South Africans must be prepared to pay taxes.
A 15 billion rand bounce back scheme for small businesses devastated by the pandemic. That was just one of the initiatives that was announced by the finance minister in his budget speech this week. It's one of several interventions that the minister has committed to try and fuel economic recovery and create jobs. Now it is about implementation. Business Unity South Africa's CEO, Cas Coovadia, joins us now. Mr. Coovadia, good evening to you. Always good to talk to you. I need to talk about what's happening around the world right now, because on Wednesday there was budget. By Thursday, Vladimir Putin had started a war. How does that change things?
Well, I think that, the war, and depending on how it goes, will obviously have a global impact. It will have an impact on the price of oil. Some people are calling it Cold War 3. So we'll have to see how things go. We'll have to see how this pans out. I don't think there'll be an immediate impact on what came out of the budget, although it will mean that fuel prices will probably go up, and that will mean a significant hit on consumers' pockets. It is, I guess, prescient on the part of the minister not to have increased the fuel levy. So, we'll have to wait and see, but it's a very, very worrying development.
Talking about the fundamentals of that budget speech, do you believe the minister has done enough to put South Africa on really a consistent, a stable path to real economic growth?
I think the minister has certainly followed up from the SONA to re-emphasize what the president said, that business needs to create jobs, hasn't increased corporate tax, in fact has decreased corporate tax, hasn't increased personal tax with the exception of an inflation-based adjustment. I think that he was very, very clear that government and departments need to ensure that they create an environment for businesses to establish and grow businesses. All that, I think, is very good. We are a bit concerned about the carbon tax and the 10% increase on the sugar tax. But those are discussions we will have with the National Treasury going back. We would have been happier if there were no additional taxes. But I guess the minister has to balance various things. But by and large, I think that there is a window of opportunity now for government and business to work together to try and put our economy onto a growth path. But as you said, a lot of this depends on implementation, and we would urge government to work with business to utilize whatever resources and capacity is available in the country to actually implement.
The Department of Small Business saying it's going to promote youth entrepreneurship by supporting youth-owned businesses. There's 91 million in the Youth Challenge Fund. But we've seen similar promises before around youth unemployment, and the numbers certainly keep on growing. Is there anything that makes this year's commitments different?
Well, again, I think it is implementation. We actually met for the first time with the Department of Small Business Development last week, or earlier this week, I think it was, and as an initial meeting with the minister and her team. And we've agreed that we will put together a team to explore where we can work together and where we can assist each other in promoting and growing small businesses. But at the end of the day, whether it's a small business, whether it's a large corporate, we need the environment for business development. And I think the appointment of Sipho and Kosi to head up a small business, a red tape team in the presidency is a step in the right direction. We think that Sipho will do the work and will make the necessary recommendations. We need to do that as quickly as possible. We have indicated we are willing to work with him and to assist where we can, but we've got to get rid of whatever remaining red tape there is, whatever regulatory impediments there are, both at municipal level and at national level, that make it difficult for businesses to start and grow.
Business Unity South Africa CEO Cas Coovadia. Thank you, Mr. Coovadia, for joining us on ETV News and Sport. Well, KwaZulu-Natal is still struggling.